Welcome to this evening's evening yoga class. So we're going to do some nice inversions this evening, especially like a legs up the wall, which will be really restorative and just help you to sort of unwind from your day, whatever you've been doing. So just come onto your mat, standing position, have the feet hip width apart, and just take a moment here, close the eyes. Take a few deep breaths into the body. You can sigh out if you want to. So just allowing the day to wash through you, releasing, letting go of any rushing or any stress that's been sort of endured through the day. Now is your time to come back to yourself, to do some nice yoga and just to reconnect. Couple more breaths here. And then when you feel ready, you're just going to open the eyes. Okay, so just to begin, we're going to take some arm raises. Simple, just to get warmed up and get into the practice. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, sweep the arms all the way overhead. And then as you exhale, you're going to lower the arms back down. Good, let's go again, sweeping the arms overhead. Exhaling as we lower the arms. So being mindful of connecting the movement of the arms with the length of the breath. One more round. Good. And then some forward bends just to start to mobilize the spine a bit more. So sweep the arms overhead when you're ready. And as you exhale, you're going to fold forward. Keep the legs sort of bent, actually. Tucking the head in at the end. And then inhale, coming up. Trying to come up with a straight back, actually, as you come up. Exhale to lower the arms. So let's do that 3 more times. So inhale, raise the arms all the way over. Head, tuck the chin. Exhale, draw the tummy in. Forward, fold. Nice flat back as we come down, best you can, tucking the head in at the end. Inhale, flat back, hopefully to come all the way up. Exhale to lower the arms. Okay, so 2 more rounds. Again, trying to coordinate the movement of the breath with the breath length with your movement. Last round, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to come all the way up. And then exhale to lower the arms. Good. Just take a moment there while I look at what we're doing next. Okay, so we're going to take another forward bend, but we're going to do it in a wide leg stance this time. So just come into a comfortable position, however wide you want to take your feet. And we're going to stay, so when we forward bend, we're going to stay for 1 breath in the forward bend, and then we're going to come out. So that stay that we do, we're going to try to get the back nice and flat. So I'll talk you through it. But on the inhale, we flatten the back, and on the exhale, we try to deepen into the posture. So in that way, it just allows us to get a little bit of air into the tummy as we breathe in. And it allows us to extend the spine as we breathe in. And then when we exhale, we draw the tummy in, and we're able to just hopefully fold forward a bit more. Okay. So when you're ready, we're going to take 4 rounds with a stay 1. So you're going to inhale, take the arms all the way overhead. And then you're going to exhale, come down with a flat back, ideally. Fingers in line with your toes, tuck in the head. Now for the stay 1, we're going to inhale. We're going to come up onto our fingertips. See if you can get that back nice and flat. The chin remains tucked in. And then as we exhale, we draw the tummy in and we fold forward. And then on the inhale, push through the feet to come all the way up to standing. And then exhale as we lower the arms. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to do it standing in the other way so you can see maybe if you need to. Let's go again. Inhale, taking the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Fingers in line with toes, tucking the head at the end. Inhale, coming up onto your fingertips. Try to get the back as flat as you can. It's almost like if you remember your cat-cow, it's almost like a little mini cat with little mini back bend there. Chin is tucked in though. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, push through the feet to come all the way up to the standing. Exhale, lower the arms. 2 more rounds. Last time. So hopefully you're still working the breath length with the movement. You're thinking about the shape of your spine as you're coming into your forward bend, flattening the back, and then obviously the forward fold, keeping the legs straight. Inhale to come up, and then exhale to lower the arms. Once you've finished your round of forward bend, you're just going to heel toe the knees together, the feet together. And then we are going to take a standing twist. Sorry, you need to step apart again. I should have checked that before I said. Anyways, so nice standing twist. You're going to do 4 rounds on each side. So you inhale, you'll take your arms to shoulder height, and then exhale, working on that diagonal, coming into your twist. Inhale back to center. So when we do this, we're trying to get the body towards the leg, looking up, rolling that top shoulder back. If you want to, when you come into the twist, instead of placing the hand on the sacrum, you can always have it overhead. So you're looking up towards the hand. So it makes the twist a little bit deeper. So just do what's good for your body and what you feel is nice for you. But we're always going into the twist on the exhale. Any twist. And then we come out on an inhale. So keep going. Really trying to get that body towards the leg. This is my last one. Just making sure you've done the same number of twists on each side. And then when you finish, you can lower the arms and bring the legs together this time. Good. Okay. So come down onto your mat into a kneeling position. The hips on heels. So we're going to take a short sequence here. So we're going to go into a kneeling forward bend, into a cat-cow, and then into our downward facing dog. In the downward facing dog, we're going to come up onto our tiptoes. So we'll stay for 1. We'll go up on our tiptoes and come back down, just so you know what to expect. Okay. So we're going to take that 4 times. So when you're ready, you're going to come up into that kneeling standing position. And you're going to sweep the arms all the way overhead. Exhale to forward fold. Taking all the hips all the way to the heels. Head to the mat. Inhale into that up cat. Really bring the shoulder blades together here. Exhale, tuck the toes. Come up into your downward facing dog. On the next inhale, I want you to come up onto your tiptoes in downward facing dog. Tuck the chin in. And then exhale to lower the heels back down. Staying in your dog here. Inhale. Lower the knees back down into your up cat. Exhale, taking the hips to heels. Head to mat. And then inhale, coming up into your standing kneeling. And then exhale to lower the arms. So the idea of coming up on the tiptoes, sometimes we find that we can get a bit deeper into the downward dog. And also really try to tuck your chin in at the end of the inhale. You might find that something happens for you in your downward dog. Inhale, take the arms overhead. Exhale to come into the forward bend, hips to heels. Inhale into your cat posture. Exhale into downward facing dog. Really pushing through all the fingers. Focus more on getting that back nice and extended. Don't worry too much about straightening the legs. And then inhale, come up onto your tiptoes. And then at the end of the inhale, that's when you tuck your chin in. And then exhale to lower the heels into that downward dog. Good. Inhale into your cat posture. So drop the knees to mat. Lift the chest. Exhale. Hips to heels. Inhale, kneeling, standing. Exhale to lower the arms. Right, let's go 2 more times now. Sweep the arms overhead. Forward fold on the exhale. Inhale, cat. Exhale, dog. Inhale, tiptoes. Tuck the chin in at the end of the inhale. Exhale. Keep the chin tucked in as we drop the heels. Inhale, knees to mat. Lifting the chest. Exhale, taking the hips all the way back to heels. Taking the head towards the mat. Inhale, kneeling, standing. Exhale to lower the arms. Last round. Taking the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, cat. Exhale, dog. Inhale, tiptoes. Exhale, drop the heels. Push through the hands as you drop the heels. Inhale, cat. Taking the hips back on the exhale. Inhale, come up to kneeling, standing. And then exhale to lower the arms. Good, and then you can just sit back on your heels for a moment. Just notice how you feel. Okay, and then we're going to come onto our back. I'm going to take bridge pose. So we're going to do 3 rounds, dynamically moving in and out of bridge, and then we're going to stay in bridge for 3 breaths. So the first 3 rounds, we're going to sweep our arms overhead as we take our hips up. The version where we stay, we're going to keep the hands down. So let's go. So just making sure that your feet are in the right place, hip width, fairly close to your hips. The back of the neck is nice and long, and you start with your hands on the mat. As you inhale, you can push through the feet to lift the hips up. The weight travels back onto your shoulders, onto your neck. And as you're doing that, you're going to take your arms all the way overhead. Exhale to lower. Good job. 2 more rounds. So now we're going to take a stay 3. Well, I say stay 3, maybe you just want to stay for 2 or for 1. So just really do see how you feel and just work within your own capacity this evening. But we're going to keep our arms on the mat this time. So on an inhale, I want you to push through your feet and lift your hips up. Take the hands, and if you can, you're going to clasp your hands underneath your hips. As you exhale, you're going to draw the tummy in. Inhale, push through the feet. Exhale, draw the tummy in. So you're going to feel that working, maybe the backs of the legs. For me, it's back to the legs and the butt. But I can feel it. Inhaling, pushing through the feet. See if you can get the lips, hips just a bit, tiny bit higher. Exhale. Draw the tummy in, stabilize the hips. Good. Okay, and then on the next exhale, you're just going to lower the hips all the way back down. Beautiful. So there's a slight inversion there. So the idea is that the inversions are going to give us a different experience. I just wanted to stay in that position for 3 breaths, just so you could feel the inclination of the body, the blood running in a different direction to what it normally does. So staying on your mat, we're just going to take a little bit of a hip opener. So on your back, you can have your eyes closed still. And on an inhale, I want you to drop, so your feet are on the mat and your feet are together. On an inhale, I'd like you to drop your knees apart and take the soles of the feet together, and also take your arms overhead. Put the buttocks now. Exhale, as you draw the knees together, and we take the arms back down to the mat. Okay, so we're going to do that 3 times, and then we're going to stay for 3 breaths with the knees apart. So when you're ready, inhale, taking the knees apart, soles of the feet together, arms overhead. Keep that chin tucked in. Exhale, draw the tummy in as you close the knees, drop the arms to the mat. 2 more rounds. And now this time we're just going to stay. So on the inhale, you're going to drop the knees apart, take the arms overhead. You can have the arms straight up, or you can even bring the arms into more of a cactus position, whatever's comfortable for you. But we're going to stay here for 3 rounds of breath. Eyes closed, breathing deeply into your tummy. And then on the next round of exhalation, we're going to bring the arms all the way down to the mat and draw the knees together. So just rest there for a moment, just feeling the effects of that posture, allowing the body to settle into the mat. And we're going to come into an upward raised leg position, but we're going to use the wall. So if you have a wall nearby, do try to use that if you can. If you're near a sofa, you could just hook your legs over the, so have your hips against the bottom of the sofa and hook your legs over the top of the sofa. So there's still that inversion effect. Or if you're sort of in the middle of a space with no support or a chair or anything or a table, you're just going to have the legs up and just have them there, which is not that relaxing. So I would highly recommend you find somewhere to to rest your legs. If you're sort of in your living room and you have a cushion or something that you want to use, sometimes it's quite nice to have that underneath your hips. Yeah. So you would put the cushion right underneath your hips and then you would bring your legs up the wall. So there's no graceful way to do this. How I suggest is just bringing your hips as close as you can to the wall. And then you're going to roll and place your legs up the wall. Have the hips on the support. That it does make a difference to have the hips on a support. It just sort of gives a bit more of an inclination to the body. So in this position, so upward raised legs against the wall, we're just going to stay here, have the arms out if you want to, and just see if you can take a few deep breaths into the body here and just start to feel the effects of gravity on the body. And we're just turning everything upside down. Well, the legs at least. It's an easy and accessible thing to do, inversion-wise, and it's great if you want to, if you get home from work and feeling a bit stressed. It's a nice thing to do. Just give yourself a couple of minutes in this inversion. In big, deep breaths into the tummy. Taking 2 more breaths like this. And you can choose whether you want to stay with your legs straight up the wall, or you could come in, if you wanted to, you could come into like more of a Supta Baddha Konasana, like what we did just a moment ago when we were laying on the mat, where we bring the soles of the feet together and the knees out to the side. So it's a bit like look a bit like a frog. So just working the hips in this inversion. So it's up to you. Do whatever suits you, what's comfortable for you, what makes you feel good. And then sit right down. Couple more breaths. Really make the most of this restorative position. Breathing deeply into the body. And then we're going to start to transition out of the upward raised legs against the wall. So the easiest way to do it is to roll onto your side if you can. It just depends on your space. So just be aware of what's around you and push yourself up. Never graceful, that one. Just do your best to come out quickly and easily. Okay, good. And then we're going to come on to actually, let's just have a moment just laying flat on our backs. We'll just lay here just for a moment. Just to reset after being inverted for a while. Just to finish the practice off, we're going to take a couple of rounds of Cobra. So if you need to put something under your tummy to give you that lift, a cushion or a folded blanket, then please do that. So just coming comfortable onto the mat. So if you know that you've got lower back can be a bit volatile, you can take your feet apart. If your lower back's okay, then keep your feet together. You're going to have your forehead on the mat, and you're going to have your hands underneath your shoulders. When we come up on an inhale, you're going to feel like you're pulling your hands backwards towards your hips. They're not going to move, but you're going to feel that. So when we come up into Cobra, the idea is that we're moving forward, lengthening the spine, and then we come up into the Cobra. 6 rounds. So we're going to inhale and then exhale to lower. Try to drop the shoulders at the end. So if it does, if it's not comfortable for you, you do try to put that blanket underneath you or something underneath you that's going to give you that support so you can get the movement of the spine. It's really important to keep our spine, being able to move in all directions, especially if you've been sitting at a desk all day. This is kind of the counter posture to sitting at a desk. So inhale, pulling yourself forward and then up, and then exhale as we lower. 2 more rounds. We're really strengthening the back muscles. Then create a little cushion or a little pillow for your forehead and just relax there once you've finished. If you want to wiggle the hips a bit, you can. And just let the body settle back into the mat. Good. And then when you feel ready to move, you're going to roll over onto your back. And then just as a counter posture, we're going to take our knees in over our tummy. Hands on our knees, fingers pointed towards the toes, chin is in, eyes are still closed. And we're going to push the knees away on an inhale, and exhale, we're going to draw the knees in towards us. Upanasana, okay? So 6 rounds, inhaling, exhaling, bringing the knees in towards us. Inhale, move the knees away. Exhale to bring the knees in. Keep going in your own time. Again, making sure that you're moving in time with the breath and that the movement is the same as the breath length. So you need to either speed up the movement or slow it down. And when you finish your 6 rounds of Upanasana, take the feet to the mat. Take the legs out, flat on the mat. Arms on the mat also, palms up, Shavasana. Just have a little rest here for a moment, integrating all of the different postures, all the different movements, forward bends, the backward bends, the twists, the inversions, and the extensions as well. Just a short shavasana this evening. If you feel like you want to just stay there, feel free. I'm gonna come back into the room by wiggling my fingers and toes. Taking my feet and placing them on the mat. And then rolling the one head to one side. Lift the roll. Roll the head as you roll around to one side and look at the tailbone. Hands on the toe. Up into a comfortable seated position. To finish the practice this evening, so just placing your hands over your heart in a prayer position if that's comfortable for you. You can, if you don't like prayer position, you can just have the hands on the knees. Tuck the chin in, bowing the head to the heart, and just offering some thanks, some gratitude to whatever it is that you're grateful that's happened in the day today. Maybe it's for something or somebody or a synchronicity or whatever it was. Offering your gratitude. And then when you're ready, namaste, to finish the practice. And just gently bringing the eyes open.